pain in the butt. But I was really good at it, so they let me fill in for the midday show, and then I actually got my own weekend show on Saturdays at the station in Grand Rapids, and I called it The Show with Justice. It was my clever way to try to be like The Daily Show with Jon Stewart. So I just dropped the Jon and The Daily. I'm like, ooh, that's clever. To me only, apparently. So, you know, my dream job, while I was working there, before 104.1 The Truth even existed, and my wife and I had talked about this, was if I had any opportunity to work wherever I wanted to work, it would have been FM Talk, morning show, hosting by myself in Tucson. My wife was born and raised here. I loved it when I was here. Out of all the places I lived and worked in, I was born and raised in Southern California. There was just something about Tucson that I loved. And again, this was prior to the station even flipping formats. So I saw online, before the station had flipped, they were doing a stealth search for talent for a morning show in the Southeast. So I'm like, oh, that works out well. So I sent my package off and actually got a response. It was a sympathy response, because I used to work in Tucson. Because once I got the package, they never called me again. Which is true. So about a month later, not hearing from anybody, I read in the trades that, you know, 104.1 is now flipped. It's now 104.1 The Truth. You know, and I thought, what a silly name for a radio station. But then I realized, I go, oh, that was the station that I applied for that they've been ignoring me on. And now I thought there was no way. There's no way. I have so little experience doing talk radio, and to actually have this be the job, I mean, what is the likelihood of that happening? But I persisted to bug them to no end, sending package after package after package, and there was somebody else in charge of trying to do the hiring. And for those that have been listening since its inception, they were having quite a few hosts in between. They hired me, but I think I got a hold of one person at one time who said, "Yeah, send the package," and I'm like, "I've sent like 50." You know, so. Finally, I keep seeing the ads pop up in the trades. You know, we're still looking for a morning show host. And by this point in time, I know who Andrew Lee is. I know he's the program director, and he is my nemesis. You know, I don't know how many different ways I cursed his name at home because this guy won't talk to me and won't listen to me and won't return my phone calls, and it was just, yeah. So I love you now. Didn't like you then. So it was July. And I get a call from another radio friend of mine who says that, hey, are you still interested in this job in Tucson? And I'm like, well, yeah. Well, you know, the program director, Andrew, hasn't hired anybody yet. He needs your contact information. And again, cursing his name, I'm going, how does he not have my contact information? His office should be stacked with nothing of packages that I spent good money on. And this guy still, and I was like, oh, fuck, you know. But I wanted the job, so he agreed to let me come out on the 4th of July to do an audition. And I go to, and I'm like, cool, you know, I told Melinda, I go, this is my chance. This is my wife, this is my chance. I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna, you know, do my best, you know, and this is all happening for a reason. I go to my boss. I said, hey, you know, he knows I'm looking for work and trying to get a full-time job, and I go, hey, this is gonna happen, I'm gonna do this, and he goes, yeah, you can't go. I was like, what? I was like, I'm going out of town, I need somebody in charge, you can't go. So now I have to go back to the man who's ignored me. Still haven't spoken to him on the phone, by the way. It's all been email. So I have to go back to him and say I can't come out that week. And by this point in time, I thought this is it, nail in the coffin. There's no way that I'm ever going to get this gig. I'm just going to forget about it. So about 2 weeks later, I get another email. Hey, are you still looking for a gig? Yeah. Of course I am. Okay. So, well, you know, if you want to come out and audition, you know, go for it. In retrospect, he had no faith in me whatsoever. He's like, I don't know, this guy doesn't have any experience, you know, I whatever, we'll do it. They were desperate. So I convinced him that I'll fly out because my relatives live here. And he's like, no, you can do it, you know, over the ISDN line from Grand Rapids. And I'm like, no way, man, I don't have the experience. I got half the battle is going to be me getting in front and smooching these guys. So I'm like, I'm coming out. So I flew myself out, terrified, no less. Just like, what am I getting myself into? And I still, by the way, still had not spoken to him at all. All done via email, still. Got to town, walked out of the airport, calling on the cell phone, voicemail. Hello, Andrew, this is John, the guy who's going to be auditioning this week. I'm here in town, so give me a call. And so finally he calls up and just says, hey, let's meet at El Taro for lunch. And so we do. Sunday afternoon, and couldn't get a gauge on him at all. I remember driving away from El Charro, and I called Melinda up. She goes, well, how'd it go? I said, fine, I guess. Well, what do you think? I don't know, I can't get a read on this guy. Didn't crack a smile or expression the entire meal. Really? I said, yeah, who knows, we'll see what happens. So, 3 days, it was a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of my audition, and I just was terrified. You know, what have I gotten myself into? Didn't sleep a wink on Sunday night, came in, did the show, and it was going along okay. And I believe it was he got through day one, I'm like, all right, I survived, that was good. Andrew, I don't know what Andrew thought. He was like, okay, cool, man, see you tomorrow. That was about it. But it was day two that I think it was when I realized that I was actually had a shot at getting this gig, because we were talking about the show 24. Anybody watch 24? Well, this was way before the season came out. It was when Jack Bauer was supposed to apparently fight global warming. Okay? So I stepped out of the box on the air, and I was trying to be very, very serious conservative talk show host, trying to remain a little conservative box, acting way more mature than I really was. And I stepped out of the box and just started joking about Jack Bauer going to Alaska to fight global warming and, tackling an iceberg and all this stuff. And there was a moment where Andrew and I kind of clicked and really had a good time. And I was like, oh, hey, this could actually work. So I go through the 3 days, and we get done with the third show. So he's like, well, you did good. You did real good. I said, all right. So, call you later. Well, I'm going to get on a plane. Can I know something? No, you didn't really think we were going to tell you now, did you? I'm like, I've only been waiting for this my whole life, and it's only been my dream, but that's okay anyway. So I fly back to Grand Rapids, and it was a Thursday where we're chatting via email, because it's still, it's funny, we talk every day now, 4 times a day, but then he never wanted to speak to me. We're chatting via email, and he lets me know that, hey, I'm not supposed to tell you, but, you got the job. So it was 2 weeks after that, August 13th, that I flew into town and joined the radio station, and, 2 years later, almost for me, here's where we are, and you guys are all here, and I can't thank you enough. So I wanted, before we bring up Jerry Doyle, to say a few words to you guys as well.